are on with Ethan and Jenna. Who am I speaking to?
You can call me Paul. My name is Paulo,
Paul.
but I think it will be hard for English speaking
Did you say
person
Paul?
to my name properly. Paul, yeah, Paul is fine.
Paul? Okay. Well, what do you want to talk to us about, Paul?
Okay, I'm from Rio de Janeiro, and I'm a student of psychology. It's my first year, but I have been studying the subject for many years before. I was originally, I still work in software, but I'm kind of trying to transition. So I have studied a great deal about mental health issues in men, mostly for my own benefits. I, I still have some struggles, but I have been in therapy for a long time and dealing with my own issues, and that made me interested in pursuing this field, especially CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, that helped me a lot in the beginning. And what I want to talk about is this thing, toxic masculinity. And I just want to get it out of the way that I do understand that it's an issue and that a part of the problem with mental health and men, especially when you think about men not wanting to get help, and this thing is really a factor. But on my own studies and talking with a lot of professionals and members of the academia, I have the impression that this is more like a cultural thing, more like I hear a lot of things about toxic masculinity from non-professionals. And when I hear what affects men most of the times, the number one factor is loneliness. And the second most common factor is loss of some kind of loss, like a loss of financial status, loss of a wife or a family member. That's not specific for men, but that's a major factor. Women do suffer, but the major problem is loneliness. And in my opinion, of course, I'm not an expert in the field yet, but my opinion is there is way too many focus on our culture, on the media, especially on social media, on this term of toxic masculinity as a problem for men. If we get to the Pareto analysis, we should focus way too less attention on this issue than all the other issues that come before. I don't know if I made myself clear. As you can guess, it's not my first language, English. So this is what I like to talk about.
Whoa.
For a moment.
What you say that the point of toxic masculinity, there's no point in talking about it, so you want to talk about something else?
No. What I want to discuss with you, if we are putting too much stock on toxic masculinity as an issue for men, while kind of ignoring other more pressing, more frequent issues.
How are we ignoring?
I think let me see if I can steelman your position. Let me know if I'm correct. You're not saying toxic masculinity isn't a problem. You're saying we're putting too much focus on it as opposed to diving into some of the real issues men have, like loneliness, or talking about their mental health. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's accurate. When I talk about us, I mean mainly social media, traditional media. The traditional media doesn't dive too much on this issue, but whenever I see someone on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter talking about men and mental health issues, uh, the focus on the toxic masculinity is so much more prevalent than loneliness or other kind of issues.
I see.
I think you bring up a very interesting point.
Right.
And, yeah, I toxic masculinity is a problem, but we should be talking about these other things like loneliness. I'll be honest. Like this, I've been feeling a little lonely lately, and November and December, particularly November, is the month where I have to be aware of my mental health the most. In 2009, I lost my close personal mentor in November. I lost my brother in November. I actually lost 2 jobs in November. And growing up, I was sick pretty much every year around my birthday in November and December until around the age of 13 or 14 because I had a really bad immune system. So I don't like November at all. But I do my best to try and manage my mental health and, keep as busy as possible and in a way try and keep myself distracted. Um,
Can I ask a question?
yeah, just no,
Go
one
ahead.
more thing. Like, additionally, this is going to be my first holiday without my partner. We were together for just over 10 years. So every Christmas we were together. And this is my first year without her. So I am okay that I'm not with her, but it is going to be a little difficult not having that person around the holidays. You had a question, Jenna, please.
I'm just curious when we want to talk about men and mental health. I can see how loneliness is a symptom of mental health issues. But I don't what I don't understand is what, and this is a genuine question for the caller actually. What else is there? So if toxic masculinity is a major issue and cause of mental health in men, I'm curious what other causes there are that we should be talking about.
Yeah, I mentioned loneliness because that's by far the most pressing cause of mental health issues in men.
What is it about loneliness that is male?
Well, there is a lot of school of thought on this issue, and I'm by no means an expert, but this is an issue that affects men more disproportionate affects men more than women. I'm not going to say why because I don't know. Oh, it's because of biological factors, social factors, cultural factors. Women do have problems with loneliness, but it's much less frequent than men. Women tend to have a better time finding out partners and friendships and not being cast out by their family. And this is a big one specifically for men. Of course, there are many other issues that affect men and women kind of equally, like loss of family members, loss of social status, or some kind of trauma.
Paul, real quick, let me. Sorry to interrupt, Paul, but what are you basing this on? That women are more impacted by loneliness than men?
I'm doing research and finding it.
Men it's the other way around. Men are more
Sorry.
impacted by loneliness.
That's what I mean. How do you know that?
Okay. Yes. The history of academia, research, and textbooks, and testimonial from health professionals. This is what led me to this conclusion.
So, okay, let me jump in real quick. According to psychcentral.com, women across all ages and stages of life report higher levels of loneliness than men do because they focus on relationships more than men do. If those relationships become unsatisfying, they may include be more likely to become lonely. So I'm not seeing
Psychology Today says that single men are lonelier than single women. But that's the only way. That's the only statistic that I'm finding that says that men are lonelier.
Well,
okay. So actually, here I'm finding
I don't have.
I'm finding one other article where it says, according to substantial research, women across all ages and lives. Oh, sorry, that's the same thing. Never mind. Yeah. So we're not, unfortunately, Paul. I'm not seeing the same thing you are.
Yeah.
But if you could perhaps, when the show's over or when you get off this call, if you could send us some of the information you're referring to, so we could review it,
please.
That would be great.
We are open to it. We're just looking. We're trying to be skeptics at the same time. That's all.
Yeah, I'm definitely can. I didn't prepare for this call. I just received the notification from Twitter and just dive in.
Well, then
I'm more happy to email you guys with some data about the causes, the main causes for men and mental health.
Yeah, that would, if you could, that would be great. And then that way we can, review the information and then possibly follow back up on it.
Yeah.
Paul, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to call in. We are both reachable on Twitter. You can also find me on Facebook. Yeah, but Twitter is probably the best way to get in touch with us. Feel free to send me the information, or Jenna, and we can pass it on to each other and review it.
But we will definitely talk more about loneliness.
Okay. Just one little thing I would like to add.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Jenna from the experience. Late congratulations for your child.
Oh, thank you.
I'm definitely going to continue watching you guys and looking forward to talk more in the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And I hope you have a safe Sunday. And then also make sure you continue to take care of your mental health as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. See you.
Bye. Who isn't a fan of Jenna from AXP?
Oh.
I know I am.
No, a lot of people who aren't. That's okay. I think that was a good call. I think that was a good point to be brought up and to be investigated, because that is obviously that's a common thought. That somebody's calling in and saying that they're studying mental health. They're trying to be a mental health professional and saying that the results are saying that men are lonelier. So definitely, that's good that we're still remaining skeptics. I'm happy that we did that.
To play devil's advocate in the defense of the study, there is a possibility that men were less likely to admit to being lonely
True.
than women.
Definitely.
Yeah, we don't really know.